I'm Tali, for those of you who don't know me yet. And this is Eden. She's going to be practicing with us today on the green mat. We're going to be practicing together Hatha Vinyasa series. And it's going to be a sort of slower flow where we do flow from pose to pose, but it's not too dynamic. And there's a bit more emphasis on the meditative aspect of staying in each pose and really feeling the effects of each posture. So let us begin if you guys are ready. If you have any props that you'd like to use, you can feel free to do so, but none of the poses require any props if you don't have, so don't worry about that. Let's start by sitting in a cross-legged position, anything that's comfortable for you, whether it's just like this in Sukhasana or maybe half lotus. And we want our spine to be erect here, so making sure that our head, our shoulders, and our pelvis are in the same line. If that means you have to sit up on a little blanket or a cushion, then do that. Put it underneath and sit on the edge of it. Let's relax our shoulders down, place our palms face down on our knees. Tuck our chin slightly in. And close down our eyes, begin to relax. Taking natural breaths. And just starting to tune into our body and what we're feeling right now. Maybe noticing the senses that are active. Focusing on our sense of touch. Maybe noticing some tension in the shoulders. Maybe in the lower back. Maybe in the fingers. Just noticing. And also shifting our awareness to the state of our awareness and where we are right now, how we're feeling in our body. So maybe our awareness is a bit jumpy. Maybe our mind is really active right now. Maybe our awareness is a bit blurry or foggy. Maybe we're a bit tired. Or maybe our awareness is clear and focused and we feel at harmony and receptive. So no judgment about the state of your awareness, but just noticing where we are right now. So we can cultivate this sense of mindfulness and see how the practice affects us. Slowly starting to shift our awareness towards our breath. Taking a deep breath in through our nose, feeling the cold air come in through our nostrils. Passing through the back of the throat, then coming into the chest. And lastly, filling the lower belly. So we want to allow our lower belly to really expand on the inhale. And as we release the air, we release first from the lower belly, and then from the chest. And it comes back through the throat and out through the nose again. Maybe the air is warmer on the way out. Again, taking a deep inhale through the nose, passing the back of the throat, in through the heart center and down into the lower belly, feeling the lower belly expand. And then gently releasing it first from the belly and letting it pass all the stations we mentioned. And it's important that we feel our lower belly breathing, because when our lower belly is breathing, is expanding and emptying out, that means that we're also relaxed. When we're not relaxed, it's really difficult to breathe into our lower belly. So that's something to note. And let's just keep going in the same way for a few more breaths, deepening your breath, lengthening your breath, and feeling yourself relax with every exhale. And if you catch your mind distracted by thoughts or maybe physical sensations, maybe some noises. Don't mind it, just notice it and bring your attention back to your breathing. See your breath as your anchor for this entire practice, something that you can always come back to and refocus your attention inward. A few more moments of mindful breathing. Breathing in a sense of calm and lightness. And breathing out all the tension that you feel might be left in your body. Any resistance. Relaxing further. And in your own time, when you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes. And we're going to meet sitting on our heels. So if this is uncomfortable for you and you have a block or a cushion, you can place it in between your legs and just sit up on it. That might be more comfortable. Otherwise, sit back on your heels. And we're going to start by warming up the joints. So walk your left hand out to the left side, trying to keep your torso more or less in a straight line. So once you're here, we're going to bring our right ear to our right shoulder, feeling the stretch in the left side. Our fingertips are gripping the mat. And if we want a deeper stretch, we can take our right palm, place it on our ear, and place slight pressure down on our ear. Breathing here. And slowly releasing. Walking our right palm out to our right side. And bending our neck towards our left shoulder. This time, if we want a little more, we can place our left palm on our left ear and place light pressure down, making it a little more intense. And breathing here, coming back to the breath. Good. Slowly release. Warming up the shoulders. We are going to cup our shoulders with our fingertips, creating this sort of shape. And first, we're going to lift them up and come forward, bringing our elbows close together, making large circles forward with our elbows, warming up the shoulder joints. And breathing. Next time the shoulders meet, the elbows, we're going to take it backwards, making as big circles as you can. Good. Now you can release. Now we're going to take both arms out in front of us. Our palms are facing each other. We're going to turn the left palm towards the left of the room, left side of the room, and we're going to sweep the right arm underneath, interlacing our fingers so both palms are touching now. It looks kind of like this. And on the inhale, we come up on our knees. And we can separate the knees a little bit here so they're more hip distance apart. We inhale, we bring our arms over our head, opening up the chest, opening up the heart, and breathing. And on the exhale, we curl under and come down, chin to chest, rounding our spine. On the inhale, we come back up, opening the chest. And on the exhale, we curl under and round our spine. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. 2 more times. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Inhale, open, last time. And exhale, down. From here, we're going to release our palms, stay sitting on our knees. And we're going to take our arms out in front of us again. This time, we're going to open our palms so that our fingers are facing towards the ceiling. And we're going to make a fist, except for the thumb. And on the inhale, we're going to open our palms up again. On the exhale, we're going to close the fist and bring our fist downward like this. Okay, so inhale, comes back to center and up. Exhale, back to center and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. A little faster. Down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Up, down. We're strengthening the wrists here. This is a great exercise to strengthen the wrists, which is something we need for most poses in yoga. And sometimes the wrist exercises can be lacking. So if you like, you can do this even faster. You'll feel the burn. Keep going and keep breathing. Now let's pause, keeping our palms open, trying to pull our fingers back towards our face as much as we can. Breathing here. And let's shake it out, release. We are going to come now to all fours, to tabletop position, where the shoulders are over the wrists and the hips are over the knees. So we're gonna warm up the spine. On the inhale, we're gonna arch our back, stick our tailbone out, and open our chest. On the exhale, we tuck our tailbone under, bring our chin to our chest, and round our spine, pushing the mat away from us. Inhale, come up, opening our chest, pressing the mat away. On the exhale, we round our spine, bring our chin to our chest. Inhale, open the heart, look up. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. We'll do a few more of these at our own pace. Maybe a little slower, maybe faster. Just notice what you're feeling right now. And try to feel the extent of each pose. So really give it your all. Okay, good. From here, we're going to come to a neutral spine again. And this time, we're going to lift our left leg up straight into the air, pressing the mat away. And from here, we're going to lift our right arm up, pressing the mat through our left palms, keeping our chest open and balancing here. Breathing. From here, we're going to grab the inside of our left foot, kick our foot into our palm, and open it upward. Breathe here. Press your palm into the mat. Use the top of your foot to press into the mat too and stabilize you. And releasing. Taking a breath here. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg into the air, straighten it in back of us. Breathe here for a moment, and then lift the left palm. Hi. Breathing here, pressing into the mat. And then grabbing the inside of the right ankle. Pressing into your foot, lifting your foot up high. And breathing here. And slowly release. From here, let's take one breath together. Let out any tension. We're going to curl our toes under now from here. Lift our hips, please demonstrate. I just wanted to put a clip in my hair. And lift up to downward facing dog. So in our first dog, we can pedal our legs one at a time, pressing the mat away from us with our palms and our knuckles. And just breathing here, trying to lift our hips up and back. And from here, we're going to bend our knees, look forward, and come to the front of our mat. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going to come into flat back with our hands on the shins. Inhale. And exhale, allow the top of your body to just fall forward, maybe grabbing the opposite elbow. Maybe swaying gently back and forth, allowing the head to feel heavy, the facial muscles to relax. Finding your breath, finding softness. And on the inhale, we allow our hands to release and roll up our spine. Our head comes up last. Now let's meet in the front of the mat. Hands in prayer position. Tailbone is tucked under. And from here, we're going to interlace our fingers except for the index finger. Our feet can be hip distance apart. On the inhale, we're going to reach our arms up, making sure that our shoulders are not close to our ears, so we're releasing the shoulders down, tucking our tailbone under. On the inhale, we extend, reach from our heels to the crown of our head up. And on the exhale, we reach up and over to the right side, imagining there was a large ball on the right side of us. We're trying to get over the ball and breathing here. On the inhale, we come back up to center. Extend, and on the exhale, we come to the left side, up and over, keeping the arms straight. On the inhale, we come up. And on the next exhale, we come back up and over. So again, tucking the tailbone in, not falling or collapsing into the lower back. So we extend up, and on the exhale, over. Trying to point your finger towards the back of the room. And breathing. And exhale, release. Hands in prayer. We are going to do a few rounds of Surya Namaskar, sun salutations, to warm up the body. So meeting in the front of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart or feet are together if you have the balance. We're going to inhale our arms up, open our chest. And exhale, come down, forward fold. In forward fold, Uttanasana, you can bend your knees if you like. That's fine. The idea is to have a straight spine. So you can rest your belly on your knees, as long as your palms are gripping the ground. And breathing here. On the inhale, we come into half lift. Hands on the shins, flat back. And on the exhale, we place our palms either to frame our feet or right slightly in front and step back to plank. In plank, your shoulders are over your wrists and your fingers are spread wide, gripping the mat. Your feet are hip distance apart and the weight is slightly shifting toward your heels. Your core is active, so we're not dipping low and we're not up here. Active core. Breathing here. Pushing the mat away. And on the exhale, we're just going to lower our knees to the ground and come all the way down to our bellies. Taking a moment here. And on the inhale, we're going to plant our palms under our shoulders and inhale up to cobra. Opening the chest. And then the exhale, we bend our knees, tuck our toes under, and come back to downward facing dog. Pushing the mat away from us, lifting our hips up and back. Imagining our shoulder blades coming down towards our tailbone. And we're opening up a space of the collarbone. Stretching the mat between our hands and our feet. Breathing here. And on the inhale, we bend our knees, look forward, and step or hop to the front of our mat, meeting in flat back, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Taking a moment here with your eyes closed. Tuning into your breath. Feeling the energy start moving in your body. And on the inhale, we reach our arms up again, opening our chest. And on the exhale, we come all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. And exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. This time you have the option either to lower your knees and come all the way down, or we can do chaturanga together. So we shift our weight to the balls of our toes, and we come down so that our elbows are parallel with the ground. From here, we slide through to upward dog. And in upward dog, our pelvis is off the floor. Exhale, tuck our toes under, downward dog. Breathing here. Full breath. Listening to your breath and hearing the beginning and the end of inhale and the exhale. From here, we're going to roll over back to plank. And if you need a rest, you can just lower your knees down for a moment here, or you can stay in plank. Bringing the right hand to the midline of the mat, we're going to come out to the outer edge of the right foot, either stacking our feet one on top of the other, or bringing the left foot 90 degrees in front of our hips. From this place, we're going to inhale, reach our left arm up to the sky, opening our chest to the sky, pressing our palm into the mat, and making sure that our hips are not sagging, so they're lifting up. Everything is active here. Breathing here. And on the exhale, releasing, bringing our foot back to join the other, and bringing our left palm to the midline of the mat, coming out to the left side of our foot. Either you can step your feet here or put one in front of the other, up to you. Inhaling our arm up, opening our chest towards the sky, pressing the mat underneath you, lifting your hips. And breathe. On the next exhale, we lower the hand down, maybe lower our knees for a moment just to rest. And we do it one more time. Coming back into plank, bringing the right hand to the midline. We come out to the outer edge of our right foot. Coming into plank again, opening our chest to the sky. This time, if we want, we can bend our left knee and grab our ankle. From here, we lower the ankle down behind us. So it's like it was in front of us, same thing, just behind. And this time we press into the ground with our left foot, lifting our buttocks up and inhaling our arm overhead, arching our back, looking at our fingers, and breathing. And exhale, releasing back to plank. If you need a rest, lower your knees. If not, stay where you are. Bringing the right palm to the midline, the left palm to the midline. Coming to the outer edge of our left foot, opening up. Chest towards the sky. From here, either we grab the left foot, the right foot, or we come straight down. Pressing into the ground with our right foot, lifting the hips high, and stretching the right palm overhead. Breathing here. Slowly release back to plank. Bringing our knees down to the floor, spreading our knees wide and sitting all the way back on our heels in child's pose. Coming back to our breath. Placing our hands in prayer pose and walking our elbows slightly forward so we feel a bit of a shoulder stretch here. On the next inhale, we come back to a neutral spine, tabletop position. Keeping our hips over our knees, we're going to walk our hands forward. Coming into a puppy pose, stretching our arms forward and checking in with our hips, making sure they're still aligned. And either your forehead will come to the mat here, or if your shoulders are very open, maybe your chin. And just breathing here. On the next inhale, we release the pose and walk the palms back. And we're going to meet together in a downward facing dog. So we can plant our hands again. Tuck our toes under, lift our hips and come back. On the next inhale, we're going to lift our right leg up, not opening the hip. So we're keeping the hips leveled. And on the exhale, we round our spine, bring our knee to our forehead, and step our foot in between our palms. From here, we're going to slide the left heel down. So it's 45 degrees. Make sure that our knee is over our ankle, making sure that our hips are facing forward. So if your left hip is too back, you might need to make your stance a little wider so you can turn your hips forward. And from here, once the alignment is right, on the inhale, we reach our arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Both legs are active. Breathing here. And then lowering your hands to prayer, slowly starting to shift your weight towards your right foot. Coming in just for a moment to warrior 3. And then inhaling the knee up. Breathing here for a moment. And then the exhale, the knee comes back. Leg comes back and straight in back of us. Stabilizing through the right foot, keeping our chest open. Maybe gazing at a point on the ground in front of us, trying to keep our hips leveled. Maybe lifting the leg a little higher. And slowly releasing. Taking a moment to breathe. From here, we inhale our arms overhead and exhale Uttanasana. Inhale Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale Chaturanga. Inhale Urdhva Mukha. Exhale Adho Mukha. Breathing here. Imagining as if your armpits want to look at each other. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg straight up to the sky, keeping the hips leveled, pressing through the mat. On your next exhale, you're going to round your back, bring your knee to your forehead, and step it between your palms. Turning your back heel down, we want to make sure that our knee is over our ankle. And again, if you need to widen your stance a bit so that your hips are facing forward, then do that. Otherwise, we inhale up, warrior one. Maybe sinking slightly deeper into the front knee. And breathing. On the next inhale, we bring our hands to heart, slowly shift our weight towards our left foot. Come into warrior three just for a moment. And then inhale, our leg front in the front. Staying here for a minute. Breathing. And sending it back. Keeping the chest open. Keeping the core parallel to the ground. Strength through the left foot. And breathing here. And slowly release the pose. Good job, everyone. Everyone that I can't see. From here, we're going to bring our palms to prayer. Inhale, step our right foot back. Big step. From here, we're going to turn towards our right foot, keeping our back leg at a 45-degree angle. Inhaling our arms up, shoulders height, making sure that our back arm is in line with our front and that our shoulders are relaxed. So we're not up here, down here. Tucking our tailbone under. Taking an inhale, extending. And on the exhale, we bend the front knee. External rotation of the hips, so our knee is coming towards the right. And breathing here for a moment. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, our right arm comes to our right thigh. Left arm comes over. Opening our chest towards the sky for a moment. And then inhaling back up to warrior one. Exhale, the left fingertips slide down the left thigh. Right arm comes up. Reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior one, warrior two. Sorry. Exhale, come back to side angle. And inhale back up to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to side angle. Let's hold this time. So if you want to deepen the pose, you can place your right hand next to your right foot, or you can take a bind here. And if you're in the bind, make sure that you're opening your chest up towards the sky. That's not compromising you opening your chest. And breathing here. Bringing your left shoulder back. Both legs active. And on the inhale, we release the pose, come all the way up, straighten our front leg, and pivot to the left side. Inhaling, arms up, shoulders tight. Exhaling, we bend the front knee. Inhale, we reach up through the crown of our head. And exhale, we come to side angle. Inhale back up to warrior two. And exhale, reverse warrior. Feeling the stretch in the left side body, making sure that our front knee is still bent. Inhale back up, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, you guessed it. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, hold. If you want to deepen the stretch, you know what to do. Otherwise, stay where you are. If you're coming into a bind, open your chest up to the sky. Bringing that right shoulder back. Breathing here. Remember, your breath is your anchor. Both legs active. Great. And slowly release the pose, straightening the front leg, coming back up. We're going to bring our hands to prayer and meet in front of our mat. From here, take a moment together just to close your eyes. Coming back to your breath. Feeling what's happening in your body. Good. On the next inhale, we will send our right leg back. This time pivoting towards the long side of our mat, keeping our legs parallel and placing our hands on our hips. So we can bring our toes in slightly, so that will allow for a little more range of motion in the next pose. And we're going to draw our elbows together. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, coming down with a straight back. Elbows drawing towards each other. And placing our palms down either in the same line as our feet or slightly in front. Pressing through the mat, taking a half inhale here, opening up our chest. And exhale, we come deeper in. Breathing here. Tucking in the lower belly. Maybe shifting the weight slightly more towards our toes. And if you want a challenge here, and you have a tripod headstand already in your practice, then you can practice that now by placing your head down and bringing your feet up. Otherwise, staying where you are. If you've never done this before, don't try it now. This is something you try when there's a teacher around to adjust you. And if you're up here, slowly spread your legs apart. Come back into a wide-legged forward fold with control. Placing your hands on your hips wherever you are and coming up with a straight back. Great job. This time we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back. Draw our shoulder blades close to each other. Inhale, open up. And exhale, come down with a straight back. Drawing our wrists as far over as we can, feeling the stretch in our shoulders. Shifting the weight slightly towards our toes. And breathing here. Drawing the roots of our palms towards each other. Hearing the end of every inhale and every exhale. Feeling what's happening in your body. And then the next inhale, we bring our hands to our hips and slowly come up with control. Heel toeing our feet closer to each other, but keeping them about mat distance apart. This time our toes are going to come outward. Placing our hands in prayer. We're going to take one inhale, bringing our palms together in front of us. And on the exhale, we slowly lower down. Lower down as much as you can, actually. So you get about here. Wherever you get, it's okay. And then once you're down here, you want to use your upper arms to press against your knees and your upper thighs and open up your chest, bringing your palms closer to your chest. And breathing here. From here, we're going to place our right hand on the right side so that it's straight underneath our knee. And we're going to inhale our left arm up overhead, opening our chest towards the sky. Breathing. And slowly releasing it down. This time, stretching out our left hand and inhaling our right arm up, opening our chest. And slowly releasing. Now you have the option to come into Bakasana or to stay in Malasana. Bakasana is crow pose. And if you have a block, I can show you how it's a little more accessible from a block. And if you don't, then I'll show you without a block. So once you're stepping on the block, you can bend your knees, plant your arms on the ground, and it just gives you some more height here, so it's a lot easier to shift your weight into the pose. And we're gonna bring our knees as close as we can to our armpits and slowly start shifting our weight towards our palms, pressing our palms into the mat and slowly releasing the legs. And if you don't have a block, you can try the exact same thing. Either starting in a wide stance, or I find it easier to bend my knees and come up on my tiptoes and really bring my knees to my armpits and slowly shift the weight forward. Maybe lifting one leg, maybe the other, but you don't have to lift any of them. Just playing with the weight and seeing what happens today. Especially in this arm balance, and it's one of the first arm balances that teachers tend to teach in yoga classes. The main thing is fear. So once you get over that fear, it's really not that difficult. Okay, and when you're done, we're gonna come into a forward fold, just like Eden was doing. Bringing our feet hip distance apart, inhaling our arms up, and releasing them down, grabbing opposite elbows, relaxing our upper body. And releasing our arms, slowly rolling up vertebrae after vertebrae, head coming up last. We're gonna meet in the front of our mat. Inhale, arms come up, Urdhva. Exhale, Uttanasana, all the way down. Inhale, Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press the mat away. From here, on the inhale, we're gonna lift our right leg. Maybe open the hip a little this time, bending our knee, stacking the hip. And on the exhale, slowly bring your leg in between your palms, releasing your back leg down. On the inhale, we draw our arms up, interlacing our fingers except for the index. Breathing here, maybe coming a little deeper. On the exhale, we bring our palms down, straightening the front leg, making sure that our hip is still over our knee, our back hip. Placing our palms down, parallel to the mat, to the long side of the mat. On the inhale, we extend our spine, lengthen. And on the exhale, we come down. Chest comes to the thighs, so we're not trying to round our back. We're trying to bring our chest forward and down. Breathe here. On the next inhale, we step our foot down again. Bringing our arms up, back to Anjaneyasana, low lunge. On the exhale, we bring the outer left upper arm to our right upper thigh and try to press your palms together so that they come more towards the center of your chest. And from this position, either you can stay here or you can tuck your back toes under and straighten the back leg. Up to you, both legs are active. If that's too much for you today, you can stay here. Opening the chest. And breathing. From here, we place our palms down to frame our foot. And we're actually going to come into a standing split here. So we're going to slowly shift our weight towards our right leg, placing our palms in front of us. On the inhale, we come to our fingertips, lifting the back leg behind us. And on the exhale, we place our palms down, draw them more towards our right leg. Maybe the back leg lifts higher, but we're not trying to open the hip here, so we're trying to stay pretty level. From here, if you want to grab the right foot, you're free to do so. Bringing your face more towards your leg. And slowly release the back heel down. Now we're coming to frame the right foot, creating space and pushing through the mat, bringing the right foot to join the left in downward dog. And breathing here. On the next inhale, we lift the left leg up towards the sky, bending our knee and opening the hip, stacking the hips, rounding our back. On the exhale, I'm stepping through, lowering our back knee down, checking that our knee is over our ankle. On the inhale, we come up. Breathing. On the exhale, we lower our palms down to frame the foot, straightening the front leg, checking in to make sure that the hips are over the knee. And placing our palms down, we inhale, lengthening our spine. And we exhale, folding forward. Belly comes to the upper thigh, keeping our spine lengthened. Breathing here. Breathing into whatever resistance you might feel. On the other side of resistance, we find receptivity. And inhaling, coming back up, bending our knee and placing our foot down again. Inhaling our arms up, coming back to Anjaneyasana, interlaced fingers, open up. And on the exhale, the outside of our right arm comes to the outside of our left upper thigh. Bringing our palms towards the center of our chest, pressing them together. Twisting here, active twist. If you want to extend your back leg, feel free to do so. And breathing here. And slowly releasing the pose. This time placing both palms in front of our foot, tucking the back toes under so that our back leg is straight. We're going to slowly start to shift our weight towards our left foot, lifting the back leg and coming up to our fingertips. Inhaling here, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, placing the palms down, walking them closer to our left leg. Kicking our leg maybe slightly higher and releasing. If you want, you can grab your left shin with your left arm. And slowly coming out, stepping back with your right foot. Palms come to frame the foot, creating space, pushing the mat, stepping back to downward dog. From here, we bend the knees and take a moment in child's pose. Turning back in with our breath. From child's pose, we press into the mat, tuck our toes under, meet in downward dog. On the inhale, we bend our knees and step forward to seated. Straightening both legs out in front of us. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana or forward fold. So you can bend your knees here if you need to. But what we're going to do is either grab the toes or grab the outside of the feet. Whatever's accessible for you right now. On the inhale, we come up, straighten our spine. And on the exhale, we fold forward. Again, bringing our belly to our sides, so we're not concerned with bringing our head to our knees. I don't know if you heard that because I was folded out over. But we're lengthening our spine here. And breathing here. Making sure not to push and pull too much. And just trying to relax into the pose. And on the inhale, we slowly come up. Stepping the right sole of our foot to the inner left thigh, placing the knee down, and if it comes up a little bit, that's okay. Making sure that our hips are both faced forward, so they're squared. We're going to do the same. We're going to grab whatever we can, whether it's the toe, and if you need to bend your knee, you can do that, or the outside of the foot. On the inhale, we straighten our spine. And on the exhale, we come forward and down. No pushing or pulling. Just get to wherever your edge is today. And some days we feel less flexible, some days we feel more. And that's okay. Coming back to our breath. Remembering their ally here throughout the practice. And inhaling, slowly coming up. Switching legs, straightening the right leg and bringing the left sole of the foot to the inner right thigh, making sure the hips are still squared to the front. Grabbing whatever is accessible. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, coming forward. Rounding. Breathing here. And then the next inhale, we slowly come up. This time straightening the left leg. And now we bend the right foot, but step our sole about 4 fingers away from our inner left thigh. And if you want a deeper twist, you can actually step to the outside of your left thigh, but I'm going to demonstrate this way. And then we'll demonstrate that way. So we're straightening our spine and hugging our right knee in towards our chest, so we're not rounded here. On the inhale, we lift our right arm up towards the sky, and exhale, place it in back of us, supporting the spine, so we're not collapsing into it. On the next inhale, we bring the left arm towards the sky, and on the exhale, either we just hug it in and twist, or we bring the upper arm to the outside of the right knee. Inhale here, and twist. Gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing here, core is active in this twist. Making sure that our left foot is flexed and also active here. Breathe. And slowly release the pose. Straightening your right foot to join the left. Stepping your left foot about 4 fingers away from your right thigh. Hugging it in, straightening our spine. Keeping our right foot flexed. On the inhale, we lift our left arm up. Extend. And on the exhale, we place it down in back of us, supporting the spine. On the next inhale, we lift our right hand up. Lengthen, and on the exhale, twist. Bringing the upper arm to the outer left knee, or hugging the knee in. Gazing over the left shoulder. Keeping the right foot active. And breathe. Slowly releasing the pose. From here, we're going to come to a wide-legged fold. However wide your legs go, it does not matter. Once we're here, we're going to inhale, arms up overhead, keeping our shoulders away from our ears. And on the exhale, we're going to come down with a straight back, reaching towards the floor. And lastly, relaxing our head. Making sure that our feet are still active. When we stretch muscles, we want them to be active. And usually poses that are opening for the hips or for the groin can sometimes bring up some stuff. Maybe that isn't the most comfortable to deal with. Some feelings that are hiding in our hips. So we try to release and let it be. And as we release and open up our hips, we're also allowing ourselves to be less tense physically and mentally. Allowing ourselves to deal with difficult things with more ease. Breathing here. Really feeling a sense of surrender. Good. From here, we're going to slowly release the pose. coming to lie on our back, being gentle with our legs, and bringing the knees in towards the chest, hugging them in, maybe swaying a bit back and forth, massaging the sacrum, maybe making some circles. And from here, we're going to step our feet down about hip distance apart. And we're going to lengthen our arms and try to touch the backs of our ankles so that we know that we're in the right place. And when our fingers are just grazing the back of our ankles, we can place our palms down, face down on the mat. Also bringing our shoulders to the mat. And from here, we're going to use our palms and press into the mat, lifting our hips up towards the sky. Drawing our knees closer together so they're not coming out to the sides. Our legs are extremely active here, buttocks lifting towards the sky, our chest towards our chin. And if you like here, you can interlace your fingers under the back, coming up onto your shoulder blades, giving you a little more height. Always pushing the hips upward. Everything is engaged here. And Bandhasana is a pose that's really relaxing for us. Great for people who deal with stress and anxiety. Breathe here. Slowly releasing your hips down to the mat. Taking a moment here to breathe. And on the next inhale, we come up one more time, pressing our palms into the mat, lifting our hips high. Maybe interlacing our fingers behind our back. Imagining there was a block between your knees, squeezing your knees together, lifting the hips, breathing. And when I said it's relaxing, I meant it's relaxing to the nervous system after we finish the pose. So while we're in it, we're activating our willpower. And then we reap the benefits afterward. Few more breaths. Keep going. And slowly release the hips down, hugging your knees in again. Maybe giving a little massage. Great job. From here, we're going to extend our feet down towards the ground. And we're going to come into a shoulder stand. So if you know how to get up straight from here, you can do so. Otherwise, watch me. We're going to bend our knees in towards our chest. And pressing my palms into the ground, I'm going to lift my hips, bringing my knees to my forehead. Once I'm here, I'm going to place my palms on my lower back, walking my elbows in as close as I can towards each other. And then from this place, supporting my lower back, we're going to see if we can extend our legs upward, activating our legs and pointing our toes. Breathing here. Okay, just seeing if I can walk my arms a little higher on my back, bringing my chest more towards my chin. If it creates too much pressure on the neck, then you can take a step back. And breathing here. From this place, we either come all the way down with straight legs behind our head, or we bring the knees to our forehead, interlacing the fingers behind our back, and seeing if we can straighten the legs backwards pressing our toes into the mat, activating both legs, or just resting here with our knees on our forehead. Your choice. And breathing here. Full breath. On the exhale, slowly dropping your knees towards your ears. And you might not hear me in this pose, but just make sure that you're not turning your head when you're in this pose. So stay where you are, drop your knees towards your ears, and place slight pressure on your ears. Breathing here. On the inhale, bring our knees back to our forehead. Place our palms on our lower back to support our lower back and help us guide our hips down towards the mat. Lengthening our legs out wide. Preparing for Uttanasana. Making sure that the back of our neck is long and the chin is slightly in. Feet are mat distance apart, toes fall slightly outward. Palms on the sides of our body facing the sky. Releasing our shoulders downward, releasing every part of our body. Softening the facial muscles. Softening the jaw. Softening the eyelids. Space between the eyebrows. And giving our body the space to just feel all the benefits that we receive from this practice. Feel the shift in energy. Letting go of any thoughts. Our physical body is relaxed. And our mental body, we gather towards our heart center. Bringing up our attention to experience what it's like to have a clear and relaxed consciousness. Slowly start to bring your attention back to the breathing body. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. Stretching your arms overhead, deep inhale, interlacing the fingers and bringing the palms up towards the sky, pointing the toes. And slowly rolling on to the right side of your body. Taking a few breaths here. On the inhale, using your left palm to press into the floor and help you up to seated with your eyes closed. And placing your palms on your knees, keeping your eyes closed. Let's just take a moment to check in again and see if there's any shift in the energy that we felt at the beginning of the practice. Where is our awareness now? Maybe we feel a little more relaxed, maybe a little more focused, maybe not. The idea is to notice and to develop the practice of paying attention. Bringing our hands together at the center of our heart and ending in a cultivation of gratitude for creating the space for us to tune inward, for making some time for yourself today. To listen to your body and to quiet your mind. Thank you all for coming. Namaste.